Let's try again. I might just choose an archetype this time, because in that short-lived game just before, creating a character was a bit confusing. The other thinker.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
I bet you cough up some more of that sweet
Coming
oblivion.
right up, sir. Smooth passage. All right. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will.
Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice commanding you to do it.
Disco ass blazer.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of it. It says Whirling-in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on. The Whirling-in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan. The other, you reach out to grab the tie. But what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving for quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now, finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move. You know what you should do. You should stop the fan and then try again. It'll get easier. Do it if you want to die. The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you you're hanging by a thread here. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap.
Whew.
It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with the window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window
Yes.
with it?
Might not have been me.
This person also forced the drinks on you. A cool wind
I'm
gushes
gonna
in.
get that shoe.
Your toes curl up from the cold.
Okay. Empty cassette case. Find your other shoe. Let's do this. Ooh, what's this? March. 50 March. Hey, money! Oh, it's bright out here.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Officer?
No.
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Chief? CEO?
Officer could be an artistic statement, a claim to official renown.
Officer's my stage name. Disco artist called the officer,
No,
yes.
You're a police officer, sir. I'm
You're
not.
shitting me.
Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
All
You've been
this
here for
time?
3 days. On official police business. No, that couldn't
What?
say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Ah.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something. She nods.
There's a mercenary out back. He's been hanged.
Hanged.
The body has been there for a week now.
Fuck.
The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops. I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
Who in the right mind would let me be an officer of the law?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes. You're a cop, Harry. It is unnatural of you not to want to ask
Harry.
questions.
My name's Harry.
Yes? There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and there was a change of pace.
Change of pace. What happened?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
Singing? Oh, the empty case of the cassette case.
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also,
Well,
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
You mean like in a cool way, like a wild beast?
Yes. It was very cool.
Nice.
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic or...
Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it. Glad to have been of assistance.
Enough from her for now. We got a body to go find.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened.
Trompe le monde.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul is
Utterly.
immense.
And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system, by other people.
Ja, der mal auch Superstar-Person.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes,
Yes.
sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic, small church song. Who's laughing now? No one. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and looks like the bird
man's
was
trying
ripped
to
off
mend
the
it.
shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall.
Looking for a shield on a wall now.
This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The great...
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
I'm a cop.
He
Talk to
pretends
whoever I
not to hear you.
please.
Constant...
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Okay, mate.
He's very animated all of a sudden.
You
That
look like a
period of
bartender.
my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the
I
difference
have
though?
3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where's Sylvie then?
She just, you know,
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
Just
so
what?
now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Like, yeah, where's Sylvie?
Hello, sweetie.
Cryptozoologist's
You shouldn't
wife.
keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled
Hey,
man in an
Kitsuragi.
orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's
Love the
waiting for
state.
someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Ooh, definitely shaking his hand.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
It must be.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Invent a name for
Raphael
myself.
Ambrosius Cousteau.
What a name. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well,
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting
do it.
after you, officer.
The man with the unimpressive beard noticed.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
I am Detective Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you can use
Use.
to call this Sylvie later.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
Okay.
But you still know your way around.
You told me that
yes?
before.
In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't
Okay,
imply
man.
that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him
Fucking
about the
wanker.
body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones. Not
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
this man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind. 5th century style, unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide.
Really wide.
That hole in the fence must be enormous.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this.
Now I asked you where, now I'm asking why.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away.
Ah,
Hope you
wanker
appreciate
pervert.
that.
Thank you.
I asked an
Didn't
employee
go well?
out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
Everything has something to do with everything.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like.
Who
I don't
killed
know
him?
who killed him. I'm not the police.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
When did he say that? I wasn't listening properly. Before, I must have been before.
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers. That it was a lynching.
Dock workers.
The locals, customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Oh, the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
Why?
I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You're an idiot.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
I sort of believed that he didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
One moment you're running like the wind. Then you've suddenly turned around and are giving him the finger, furiously, with both hands. Why?
Why? Fuck
Watch
you, asshole.
out!
Everything goes dark.
Damn.
Back so soon.
I had an
It was
accident.
no accident. Those were disco moves from your spinal cord. The spinal cord has yet to reveal itself to you. Its mysteries are unholy mysteries.
Okay. Just sounds like a lazy effort at reconceptualizing the antics of a shambling drunk.
If it comes off like that, it's because it is. And you are. I was wrong to let you go. I should have kept you here. Is it bright where you are? Is it terrifying? Have you felt the love?
That's okay. It's going fine.
It doesn't look so, sweetie. Are you okay?
No, you have sustained a trauma to your lower neck. In addition, you have strained your left trapezius muscle. Pain surges down your back when you move.
No, are you okay?
The chair took the brunt of it. Don't worry.
Are you sure, ma'am?
Yes. Check on him.
Sir, I didn't mean for this to happen. I'm sorry. This has always been a cop-friendly place. The drinks are on the house, okay? There were a lot of drinks on the tab. I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window, though. That's 100 square.
He's shaken. Barter now and he'll cave in.
Okay, fine. I'll take it off your bill. Sleep in a post-apocalyptic hellhole if you want to. Just know I won't give you another room. Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 60 real for 3 nights stay. If you don't have it by tonight, I just can't let you up there. And for God's sake, watch out for yourself.
Sing karaoke. Report your badge missing. Expect the body. Who made the call? It was Sylvie, hey? Pay for damages. I thought I just had to pay for the nights to stay there.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure is. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
South, maybe?
You don't really know, do you?
Vague.
A vague, blackened image doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I live in a dumpster, I don't care. Fuck everything. HOBOCOP.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
Temporary research bonus. So I'm gonna think about being a HOBOCOP, I guess. Oh, there's something on the table there. I'm going back for it.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky
Pretty
it is.
long.
How long have you been up
Drink a
already? Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
I have been secretly thinking
There
about it.
he is, the old boy, the devil. You rascal, you. Let's celebrate right now by licking that stain off the...
Yeah, man,
Calmly,
that's like...
the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter, then out of the window again.
What are you doing?
Investigating.
move.
You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent of alcohol in your nostrils was A colorful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. It's a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job permit. A young, able-bodied man stares back at you from the photo. Santiago S. John. You fumble with the spring-loaded gate of the carabiner, but to no avail. Like fucking sleigh bells. What are you doing? You're gonna get caught.
Stop finger-fucking him, officer! I'm responsible for these oafs and their stuff. Even Sleepy there.
Stay out of this,
Fine,
bartender.
fine. Finger bang him then. I don't care.
To be honest, he's correct. Police officers generally don't go around appropriating possessions from people. Let's go.
It was just an idea. Come on, relax everyone. It didn't turn out well. Doesn't mean it was a bad idea. There is only one way to wake this bone idol from his slumber. Roar like a hurricane. Rip the buildings from the earth.
Why the yelling, man?
Primordial scream.
Looks
Awaken.
like a Sao descendant. A lot of Sao dock workers around.
Just want to see what happened if I yelled.
Congratulations. You've seen the future. Now, if you excuse me again, officer. Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait. No. Knocks you right out when you drown a bottle or two. That's the name
Tell me
of
about
my
Wild
employer.
Pines.
I work in logistics.
How's that going?
How's it going? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside?
I've almost never been outside this building.
Good. We're in the middle of a strike down at the harbour, trying to force some sense into the executive board of Wild Pines. For one, I could use some more shut-eye in the mornings. Yeah, what about it?
Seemed cool.
You know, people die here every day. Someone's found in a ditch, another one falls in a manhole, a third one gets eaten by stray dogs. If someone has decided to die on top of a tree, then how is it my concern? I can tell you this. Trouble's ahead. You heard what I said. Draw your own conclusions. That's all I know.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue notebook.
We are the workers, the union. Okay, I guess there's also
No
Everard.
leader.
He's in charge of the union. He's smart, knows how to negotiate. He's
Anything
big
interesting
gun
in your
now.
dreams? No.
The worker stares at you, his eyes dry from sleep. A web of wrinkles covers his tanned forehead.
I don't know what you're talking about, kind sir, but when I'm out, then I'm really out. No corpses, no mausoleums, just quality time. Nate got it. Majoret's got it. He's guarding the gate.
The dock
Well, let him
worker
sleep.
doesn't answer. His head is